In this series of videos, I'm showing you how to read from and write to an SQL Server database from C# using all code and not using any of the drag and drop wizards. So in this video, I want to show you how to create your project and populate the form, or put all the controls that you need onto the form and what to name them. So just before I do that, here's a very quick demonstration of the application. So when it loads up, when it starts, it will show all of the contents of the learners there from the database. We can go to the first record, we can go to the last record. You can insert a new record into the database, but for that you need to press the clear button and then insert a name. Let's go with Joe Jones. Address, the greenhouse, we'll just go with County Wicklow. Age 26, and insert. So there are currently 5 records there in the database. When I click insert, that goes to 6 there altogether, and the ID there is an auto number in the database, so there's no need to insert that. It will choose the next available ID. Also, you can do an update. The greenhouse, what to put in here, we'll put in Bray and update, so that will make a change in the database, so that the update that will remain changed in the database. Also, we can delete a record. If I go back here to Ted McTed, I can hit on delete, and you can see there that that is gone from the database. Now, and also clear, we can do a cancel. So if there are any changes that you've made there and you decided, oh no, I don't want to make that change, you can click on the clear, the cancel button there, and that will go back then to what I had there beforehand. And there's also a search form where you can do a search for, I want to search for the name, I'm going to search for John, the operator there is equals. You can choose from the list, but I want to do equals John, and what I've done is I've popped in a wildcard character, so it's going to search for any name with John in it and run, and that will produce there John. You can also search on the other fields. So that is just a very quick overview there of what the application will do when it's complete. Now, so to start off your project, just stop this. So in the Solution Explorer, so you can right click on your solution and add a new project. It will be a Windows form application. And I will call this Learners Database Project. And click Next. And create. Now from the toolbox, you could go from the common controls there. We're dragging on labels and text boxes that we need. Over the right hand side we'll have our buttons, and there'll be buttons down the bottom as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pre-populate this and show you then the names of all the controls that I'm going to use. And now to explain all of the different controls that are here and what properties that I have changed. So I will show you there as well. From the properties window, if I hit on this drop down here, you will see all of the controls and the names. So I'll go back to that there in a minute. So this is a label, and what I've done is I've changed the font property. I've changed the font, I've made it size 22, I've changed the fore color, I've made it blue. These down the left hand side there, they are also labels. There is no need to change the code name of those, only change the text for each one. And in Visual Studio, when you click on a control and you go to the, say, the text property and you type it, and you want to change the text control of all of them, or the text and all the controls, you just click on the next one and you just start typing. You don't have to go to the properties window and click on that control. So again, click on the control and just start typing. It'll automatically go to the same property as where you were for the last control. So that's a nice little tip. These boxes are text boxes. You just drag them on from the toolbox. The bottom here, these are all buttons, are previous, first record, previous record, next and last. Down the right hand side, they are all buttons as well. Down the bottom here, this is a text box, and what I've done there is I have text align there. I've set that to center just so it looks a bit neater. And the top of the form, I've changed the text in the top of the form. So for that, you click on the form itself, not on any control on it, and you go to the text property to change the text in the top. Now, so I think that is it. And as well, before you run your project, don't forget as well there to click on your current project and set as startup just after you add a new one. So just to go back there to this drop down, and you can take maybe a screenshot if you want to just save that and go back to it later. In the next video, I will give you an overview of what code files I'm going to add, and I'm going to start off by when this form opens that it will connect to the database and it will populate these text boxes with the very first learner from the database.